Hello guys, my name is Nathan and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show off an exercise that I've showed off I think previously, but I'm not certain. But first off, we're just gonna strap up like usual. Now I'm just fucking up because I wanted yeah, there we go. Anyways, now you take the belt buckle, you put it over your thumb. You take the sneaky wrap, as I called it, because I'm a crippling narcissist. Alright, then you put it on your proximal phalange right here. Instead of like your rising knuckle or whatever, it's on the finger. And then you pull towards yourself like this, and this is really to work out on the brachioradialis and the bicep and the lock of the arm, since I do partial reps instead of full range, since this is more for like start of matches. This is where my weaknesses lie. It's just starting the fucking matches, since I'm weak everywhere. And yes, this is basically the exercise. Hello, my goal is basically to create some arm wrestling exercises that are applicable everywhere in the gym where there's a cable, since there's a lack of accessibility to training with these arm wrestling specific trainings. You obviously need a fucking strap. You don't really need a cupping exercise or a cupping accessory, in my opinion, since you can just use a normal handle and put a towel around it, so it acts like a buffer, like a big how are they called, fat grip, and it's a towel, so it doesn't hurt, but you feel it differently everywhere since it's your hand that's forcing more. But anyways, leave a comment telling me your experience with these exercises, if you think they're applicable, if you think they're useful, if you think I'm just taking some things that exist and just claiming it as my own. You can also tell me in the comments that you think I'm a fraud and I'm stupid. But I don't claim to invent anything. I believe standardizing arm wrestling is the next step in arm wrestling. Right now you have a lot of arm wrestlers complaining about the running foul systems.
Regular, like, WAF rules or running foul rules?
We need to find something between. WAF, honestly, it's more for facts of competition. It's more about results.
Yeah.
For people who watching, it should be more interesting. And running falls, but maybe we need to change something a little bit. Because you know, if you have running falls, even you know that you will not win, it's have no sense to pull.
Okay. Okay.
This is where things start to get very interesting. You see, now, standard rule is when the elbow comes up, they call a foul, the match stops, okay? Running foul system, you can't get out of matches so easily. A lot of the leagues use a running foul system. It was this round in this match particularly for me which really highlights one of the reasons to have running fouls. And what we saw here would have looked potentially very different. Potentially. And it's not because of this match that I say I'm for running fouls. It's nothing like that. I just think that as an athlete, if you are fouled against, you should retain all your rights. If you don't commit an offense, you should retain your rights to stay in a match. And you should not lose your opportunity to win if you have not committed any grievances. Interestingly here, you see Levon tries to come in and make it a shoulder pressing situation, but for whatever reason he backs off. You know, hand versus hand, Levon is completely just folding up Hermes' hand, but somehow Hermes' arm is holding up in the battle, and he's able to get it in. And now we are in a floppers press versus a top roll situation where Levon has lost control of his shoulder Right. So, again, wonderful place for a running foul. Everything could have changed right there if that match was allowed to continue. You know, I think much better. Now, if you are fouled against, you absolutely have the right to just lift your elbow and start the match. Yep.
Certain rule sets, how the overall sport is done. I have a lot to say over the directing part, the presentation part, and I don't even know their budget, but I'm pretty sure you hand me that budget, I can make something a little more quality-wise for the viewing experience. I'm not saying I can transform them into WWE, but I'm saying we should like inspire ourselves a little bit of the presentation of those kinds of things, those kinds of like programs. Anyways, feedback is very appreciated. Subscribe. My name is Snickylzn or Snickylzn, and I'm out.